Alright y'all, so I'm back with another video. So make this one quick. Have the floor installed completely in the office. Have to put down some baseboard. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I've already laid out the baseboard on these sawhorses. I'm gonna wipe them down, give them a quick application of probably like just one coat of paint, because I don't like to have to put both coats of paint on the baseboard once it's already installed. So wipe the baseboards off, apply the paint along the top and probably within like a ½ inch from the bottom, because I'm gonna put shoe mold around a quarter round around the base of that as well. Have my saw set up, so let's get it. Not too focused about the edge or too concerned about it, because I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. So just because of how the material is normally stored, it's always sitting on one side or the other, and normally the edges are pretty rough anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, skip that. I'll skip those particular spots or sections of the wood itself. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So, you know, like from right here in maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches, you know, I'll just lightly stroke it, but I won't even worry about having proper coverage, because I'm gonna go ahead and cut a straight cut off of each edge or each side or end of the wood before I even make my cuts. So and with this, you don't have to apply, I'll put a whole lot of paint on a brush, you know. This amount is more than fine. You just want to get coverage on there. That way, any touch-ups you have to do and things of that nature, you could end up doing while it's on the floor, but it doesn't create a whole lot of work for you. So I've painted probably from the end, almost at the end, to the outside of the other sawhorse. So it's still drying, but just giving you a quick update. You don't have to paint all the way at the bottom, because the shoe mold is going to go underneath that. Well, not underneath, but towards, so I think like 3/4 inch up from the base of the baseboard, or ½ inch or something like that. So you don't have to worry about that, because you're going to apply the shoe mold and then our quarter round, and then caulk that line along with caulking the top portion that goes up against the wall as well. So as I mentioned before, this is just the first coat, just so you could see, and I'll let the camera go for about another minute or 2 minutes while I'm painting, just so you can see how quickly it goes. I'm going to vibe out to some music. So yeah, keep watching. All right, everyone, I'm back. So essentially what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna get your miter saw, 12 inch, and you're gonna place your baseboard along the flat portion of the miter saw, like so, right? And the backing, or the back, has to be tall enough to accommodate, you know, the baseboard itself, because you don't want it to be cocked or anything like that. Standing straight up, you turn your saw, you cut a 45, straight up and straight down, just like that, right? And for the other corner, you essentially just gonna do the same thing. You cut, boom. You do that. Obviously, you're gonna have your measurements, and then you're gonna go install it. Well, this saw, the handle broke off of the back portion of it, which controls the bevel, the degree bevel angle. And with that being said, I wasn't able to tighten it like I was supposed to, or like I needed to keep this angle at 0. So the first few cuts that I made, this 45 wasn't pretty much straight up and down. It was on the angle as well. It was on a bevel, right? So I figured that out. Went ahead and made some adjustments. I used those channel locks right there, and I just went ahead and cut one piece. I'm going to the store and get me another saw. I'm not dealing with that. But I cut one piece, and I have it nailed in as well. Right there where you see the gap underneath the board, that's where one of the pieces of LVP weren't as long as the others. Same for over there. So, you know, your internet trolls, don't come in my comments with all that extra. All right. So yeah, you have that. It's installed, it's level. I nailed that inside corner down because I used the template as well, or, you know, just one of these little pieces, scrap pieces, as a template. And I didn't nail that edge down because we have a larger gap along this portion of the wall right here for expansion, obviously. But with that being said, that end, I have to pry it up probably like a 1/16 of an inch before nailing it, which I have the little pry tool right there to utilize that. I use it for that. And then I'll nail that in place before putting the other piece in. Now, if this piece, I know this corner is perfect, but this angle was a little funky. It was probably like 91.5 degrees. You use your angle finder, figure out the degree. Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to shim it along the bottom portion of it because this wall is not perfectly straight up and down. It actually bows, like it bows outward right there. Then it bows back in, coming this way, and then it keeps a fairly straight and consistent consistent line throughout. So that's what we have. That's all I did today. But be sure when you cut your 45s that, okay, whatever side that you actually cut, whatever side you cut for the 45, it's still going to be straight up and down, right? It's not going to be beveled. If it's beveled, then you know you have to make the adjustment on your saw as well. So we have everything installed. All of that's good to go. Apply one coat of paint on it. Have to go through and paint all the spots where I actually applied the nails, and then caulk along the top portion of it. Put the shoe mold or quarter round down, caulk that as well, and then go from there. But you know, this is one piece, fairly straightforward, fairly simple to do. And so the next video, which you'll see a finished office in terms of the baseboard and the quarter round. I'm gonna go to the store, get me another saw. I'll use that actual saw at the shop for cutting miscellaneous pieces of wood, even metal. You know, I'll flip the blade around or get me a blade from metal and utilize that. So that's fine. And then I'll change out these plugs as well.